So I'm going to go for a little while to represent the United States at the Ryder Cup, which is very exciting. And we'll be watching that. This is Kai, by the way, in case you didn't know. How are you? And we'll be watching a little golf. I think we have maybe a deal on Gaza, very close to a deal on Gaza. How are you? Hello, Peter. And it's looking like we have a deal on Gaza. And we'll let you know.
Mr. President,
I think it's a deal that will get the hostages back. It's going to be a deal that will end the war. It's going to be a deal with, it's going to be peace. I think we have a deal. That'll be number 8, Peter. Not 10.
Mr. President, I'm James Comey. Now that James Comey has been indicted, who is the next person on your list in this retribution?
It's not a list, but I think there'll be others. I mean, they're corrupt. These were corrupt, radical left Democrats. Because Comey essentially was he was worse than a Democrat. I would say the Democrats are better than Comey. But no, there'll be others. Look, that's my opinion. They weaponized the Justice Department like nobody in history. What they've done is terrible. And so I hope there are others, because you can't let this happen to a country.
Will you appoint a permanent U.S. attorney to try this case? Lindsey Halligan has never tried a case.
Well, we'll see, but it's a pretty easy case because, look, he lied. You saw my truth today. He lied. It was yes, no. He didn't say, well, in my opinion, he didn't do a lot of things that maybe he should have, but I don't think he could because he lied. That was a very important question that he was asked, and he wanted to be specific, but he didn't. The only thing that happened to him, he didn't think he'd get caught. That answer that he gave, that was a very important answer. And it was for him, it was a very good answer if he didn't get caught. But he got caught lying to Congress.
I was just not.
President Trump, are you worried now that the next time there's a Democratic president, they will indict your FBI director or people in your administration?
That's what they tried to do, right? They did it with me. For 4 years, they went after me. They went after me for 4 years, and that doesn't include the 4 great years that we had in the White House. So when I ran it from, 2016, when we won, it began before I got to office. You know that. Wait a minute. Before I came to office, I started hearing rumors about Russia. I said, what the hell do I have to do with Russia? Nothing. And then it got worse and worse, and some of the fakers, not you, but some of the fake news picked it up and they loved it. And we went through a long time with that. And despite that, we had a great first term.
That's how it went, where they make you go and take a mugshot. Is this more about justice or is it about revenge?
It's about justice, really. It's not revenge. It's also about the fact that you can't let this go on. They are sick, radical left people, and they can't get away with it. And Comey was one of the people. He wasn't the biggest, but he's a dirty cop. He's always been a dirty cop. Everybody knew it. And it's, as far as the case is concerned, he gave an answer. It was a strong answer. He then verified it a couple of times because that was a very important answer. If he would have equivocated, if he would have been like a little bit less sure, that would have been very bad for him. So he gave an answer. The only problem is for him, he didn't think he'd be caught, and he got caught, Peter. This is about justice. He lied a lot, but this was a very important thing. He could have said, well, maybe, or I don't remember. He didn't say that. He gave a very specific answer, and then he verified it numerous times, and he got caught. The problem that Comey has is he got caught lying, and he was very strong. It's not like, well, maybe, or I don't remember. He gave a very specific answer because it was a very powerful question, a very important question. And when he gave the answer, the only problem is he got caught. So.
Mr. President.
what we're going to see, but the radical left Democrats want to shut it down. I mean, it's up to them. We have a great economy going. You saw the numbers yesterday. They're fantastic. The economy's doing well. Prices are down. We have virtually no inflation. Everything's going good. We're respected by every nation in the world. And you know what happened? The Democrats want to shut it down. And they want to shut it down because they want to give billions, ultimately trillions of dollars to illegal migrants, people that came into our country illegally. Some of those people are criminals, but they came into our country illegally, and they want to give them the essential over years, trillions of dollars, and our people aren't going to stand for it. They also want to have open borders. They want to have men and women's sports. They want to have transgender for everybody. These people are crazy, the Democrats. So if it has to shut down, it'll have to shut down. But they're the ones that are shutting down government. Hello, everybody. This is Bruce Blakeman. He's the boss out here. He's done a phenomenal job. He has my complete and total endorsement. And he's really a great guy. So I just want to thank him for meeting me at the plane. The team is not doing so well. So when I heard that, I said, let's get on the plane. We have to fly and help them. They've lost 3 matches and they're tied in 1. So that's not so well, but we'll get it done. One way or the other, we'll get it done. Any questions, please?
Mr. President, are you looking forward to watching the matches today? Will you give a pep talk to Team USA?
I'll be Newt Rockney. You know, I went with Randy Levine 2 weeks ago, right? Were you there? For the Yankees. And with the Steinbrenner family, and it looked like they weren't going to make the playoffs. And since then, they've been hot, and they're now in first place. And Aaron Judge went on a spree. He's been on a spree since I went. So we're going to do the same thing over here. It's true. The Yankees now are in first place, and they were having a hard time even making the playoffs. What was that, 11 or 12 days ago, right? Was anybody there? Were you there? Yes. Yeah, they were. So it's great. We have to do the same thing over here, but I think we'll be okay. Look, all great golfers, both teams. I know most of them, and they're great golfers. So we have a lot of fun. Any other question?
On pharmaceutical tariffs, last night when you announced companies should reshore in the U.S., have you heard from any additional companies since then about plans to invest?
A lot of companies are moving into the U.S. so they don't have to pay tariffs. If we didn't have that, they wouldn't do it. But they are moving in. He knows because they're moving into your territory. But a lot of companies are moving into the U.S. in order not to pay tariffs. And I think because they like the election on November 5th. Right, Bruce?
He's doing an amazing job. His strength has brought incredible prosperity, and he is incredibly popular here in New York State and especially in Nassau County. And we're blessed to have you here, Mr. President. Thank you so much. And you are going to bring the strength and luck to our team, and we will win.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a good time, everybody.